Hi. So we're pretty close. Uh, we're pretty darn close to finishing the Polaris storyline. So I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it because I've got a little more time, and like, I think my voice will hold up long enough for us to get through it. So I just want to get it done so I can, start doing like other stuff. um, like speed running. Everybody likes speed running. God, I have a lot of money. I forgot about that. Okay, gosh. What's next on the tracker? Okay, we did the Aurora. Return to Kalari. Move it away. Find the Cryptok. Random Polaris. Alright, let's stick around. Stick around a little in the Polaris space. Okay. And our new cool ass ship. Actually, maybe by now we can buy the firewall cloaked. Can I not? Excuse me. Thank you. Milpicetra. Maybe by now I can firewall cloaked. Let's go. Okay, Milpicet. I'd really like it if this ship was faster. Wouldn't that be nice? Alright. Do we have the thing yet? I don't think it's there yet. Shit. Can't have any more. Should get more. There we go. Okay, because those things are badass. Oh, and that's right, we sold a Manta earlier. No, we're okay. I don't really need a tunneling organ. I can't afford that. Well, fine. That's fine. I already missed my dang scarab. That's alright. Let's go cause some problems. Let's go blow up some pirates. Everybody likes fighting pirates. It's so satisfying to fight the pirates. Come on. A little more. There we go. Federation hates us. Absolutely hate us. Alright. Nay, Helipar. Let's go, baby. Excusez-moi. Alright. Oh shit, I don't want to be in this system. Not if there's a hyperoid. I don't need that kind of trouble. Okay. Okay, so I do have some kind of energy, like generation thing on this ship. It's just not entirely clear what. Hello? You gonna kill me? You gonna try? You mad? Ah. Pirates. Neither of you wants any trouble with me. Cowards. Harbor. Stop shooting at me. Free traders. Derelict. Harbor. How about a bribe? Sure. Alright. Because we haven't been there yet. Please don't shoot at me. Oh, what? Come on, man, I just bribed you. You make me bribe twice? Bastard. Alright. Let's look at the pirate stuff. Pirate vipers. A pirate jammer. Pirate things. Everybody loves some pirate things. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna need it, but yeah, why not? If I decide to do silly nonsense. EMP torpedo. Oh, I forgot about that. That's so fun. Pirate carrier. Okay. Incredibly destructive pulses. Better be wary of Federation scans, but you know what? They hate me. So it doesn't matter. Fuck it, man. It's a turret, right? Fuck it. I love it. I love those things. They're so cool looking. Yes, they're illegal, I know. I don't care. What sort of ships do you sell? Oh yeah, you can immediately buy cool shit like the fucking Manticore. Oh, I love the Manticore. It's not time for that. Of course there's no missions. Stuffed nup-nups. I forgot about the stuffed nup-nups. Oh, do you like nup-nups? We sell stuffed nup-nups. Excuse me, gentlemen. Please stop shooting at me. Are you really shooting at me? Fine. Let's fucking go. Well, here I am. Instead of getting ripped off, how about instead... Where's the button to self-destruct? It's Alt minus. Whoops. Alt minus. Okay. Intership. Heh 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 heh. Fuck you. Alright. It's fine. We're a zombie anyway. Okay. Alright. I don't want any trouble, okay? Leave me the fuck alone. Creeps. I just wanted to look at your pirate shit, man. Why you giving me a hard time? Why you making life difficult for me? Up in pirate space. I just want a pirate. Yar har, fiddle-dee-dee. Do what you want, because a pirate is free. Alright. Anybody home? Just some traders? Alright, whatever. How about over here? Any pirata? Aha. Anili Kamas. You know, I would love it if, like, the fighters or escorts could help. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe they can, and I'm just stupid. Let's go here. Kellar fell. Black and yellow. Help a fella. All right. Over the past few months, you've been keeping an eye on the locations of Miranda, Lyrel, and Pagina because you knew that once they got together, the day you had been dreading was fast approaching. A few weeks ago, you felt them meet, and since then, you have observed their search of the galaxy for you. As you slowly prepare to disembark, you know that they will ask you once again to face the crypt. It seems like every head in the spaceport turns to watch you leave your ship. And more than one Polaris casts a sidelong look in the direction of the small group waiting for you before deliberately looking away. You walk over and nod in greeting, but none of them want to break the ice. You know why we have come, states Lyrel, quietly pleading. But you cannot know the whole story. We cannot evolve past the veil unless we have the crypt talk to focus us. It is the way our mind is set up. More than that, We have no desire to leave them behind. Will you help us? Of course I will. I'm the protagonist. When you calmly nod, you cannot help but sense the surge of pride from everyone nearby as they try to observe the things going on. Thank you, Orihara, responds Lyril. Of all the people in this room, I am the only one besides yourself who has felt the crypt mind, and so I know the danger you are placing yourself in for us. But without you, we would be lost. He looks over at Pegina, and you sense the young scientist's discomfort rise sharply. Our analysis from your last trip was again incomplete, he mutters uncomfortably. But we were able to pick up some residual psychic phenomena embedded in parts of Velos, and Lyril was able to identify the patterns as being similar to those of some members of the Pt2 just before the end of the Velos War. So we want you to go to Velos with Lyril, he explains, shifting in his seat, and then take it from there. And when you have finished, Miranda pipes up sadly, I will be waiting for you on Muar Haro. All right. Let's go to Velos. Which sounds like another great opportunity to abuse wormhole travel. Even though it might take a minute to get outside of the system center. We might get lucky. This will be much better. Yeah, it does make it a little bit faster when I use the afterburner, but not by much. Not by much. Oh well. In a faster ship, this will be much easier. In Manta, for instance, which I think the Manta is what we are going to run in for the speed run. A dragon would be fine. I like dragons, but Mantas are much faster. All right, southeast of System Center. There it is. Okay. Yes, hello, Manta. Wouldn't it be nice if we could use our mental telepathy powers or whatever the hell to direct the wormhole to take us directly to the Veil system? Wouldn't that be great? I'd love that. Wouldn't you love that? Nope. 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 Absolutely not. Nope. Oh, nope. Where is Chert? Nope. A little too close to the Mosh. Soul again. Enlightenment. Soul. Varishon. Back where we started. Corel. That'll work. That's fun. You know, I think that's going to be the strat for Hotitanius. Hello, Crypt. Okay. As soon as you entered Crypt space, you were forced to defend Lyril from the constant attacks by the Crypt mind. For weeks, you stay immersed in the spirit of the universe until you are sure that you have gone insane. But after the first few moments, it feels almost natural, and you can sense Crypt's rising panic as she cannot penetrate your defenses. As a part of your enormously vacant perceptions, you almost unconsciously land on the surface of Velos and observe Lyril leaving the ship for a time. You can sense him cast about with his mind, looking for a psychic trace of the Crypt talk. With a small weave amongst the millions of weaves that you are willing into existence to foil the Crypt mind, you draw his attention to what he is looking for. He returns to the ship, and you can sense his awe at what you have shown you can do. I felt the word Corel, he says quietly, aware that you already know. And that was a planet once populated by us. I suggest that we go there. All right. Let's go, babies. Let's go to the Corel system, where we just were. All right. Really don't need any trouble from you, Crypt. Okay. It's interesting that there's a gate here. Before you even land, you can sense the faded remnants of the Cryptok's psychic aura as you absent-mindedly pilot your ship down through Corell's atmosphere. From the residue that they left behind, you deduce that they partially embedded their minds into their nanites in an effort to escape detection by the ravaging forces of the Colonial Council. With a sudden whiff of inspiration, you realize that they actually created the crypt in an effort to defend this world, and eventually all of what was Velos space whilst they waited for the spirit of the universe to awaken and return them to their natural state. Suddenly you know what has to be done, and you weave an invitation to the crypt into your defenses against her attacks, which suddenly stop, and you can sense her focusing her intellect into the grotto where you feel the remnants of the cryptok. With a sudden inclination of your head, you tell Lyril to follow you as you head in that direction. You sense Lyril's growing wonder and Crypt's apprehension as you enter the cave. Inside, you see 6 bodies, preserved perfectly in cryogenic tubes. They must move on, you tell Crypt with quiet assurance. You must find your own way. Crypt nods and walks over to the cryogenic tubes, and in a sudden whirlwind of consciousness, transfers everything of the Cryptok back into their bodies before dissipating completely. You did it, exclaims Lyril. She destroyed herself to do it. You shake your head, telling him that she just gave back to them what they had given to her, but that she remains, although it will be centuries before she relearns how to project herself so intensely again. You give him a few instructions on how to operate the cryogenic machinery before heading back to your ship. With relief, for the first time in weeks, you dissolve your union with the universe, allowing your mind to return to its limited senses with relish. While you were immersed in the universe, you sensed Miranda waiting for you on Haro, and whether the Polaris asks for your help, you know it won't be long before you once again immerse your consciousness in the universe. Fun! Alright, where is it? Here. Wormholes. Wormholes. In the Corel, east of System Center. Hello, Crypt. We slow. What happens if you hail them? Greetings. No response. That's what I thought. Bye-bye. East of center. Well, let's burn the afterburner to get there a little bit faster, I guess. And that does almost nothing. It is east of system center, right? I'm going in the right direction. We are in Corel. Yes. I should have seen it by now. Corel, east of system center. Well, if it's out here, I should see it any minute now. This is east, isn't it? Am I stupid? Am I stupid and blind and idiotic? I very well could be. Yep, it's not here. Fuck you. Alright, fine. We'll do it the hard way. Because I didn't see it out there. You silly boys. Really would have liked to have used a wormhole to get home. Would have been much faster. Okay. Mjolnir. Let's go visit our girlfriend. Silly boys. Throughout your trip back, you can feel the spirit of the universe calling to you. Several times, the need grows so great that only with an enormous act of will can you withstand it. But soon, you know that it will grow too powerful and you will cease to exist as a human being and instead become one with the universe. During these struggles, you peripherally notice the departure of the Velos behind the physical realm. With a nod of your head, you say goodbye and wish them well. With your enhanced senses, you can still feel them wandering around the edges of your awareness, occasionally touching the physical plane as they learn more about their new realm. Finally, you land on Muarharo, and you sense the relieved Muranda waiting for you. You know that she wants you to give her a lift to Kalari, to pass on the Polaris leaders that their unspoken debt to the Velos is now paid. I will take you, you tell her, before she can speak, and you almost wince at the wonder in her eyes. Without a word, you indicate with a subtle weave that she should follow, and you lead her back to your beloved negative infinity. She watches, her eyes widening in wonder as you go through the pre-flight checklist without moving a muscle. After you take off, you return to Miranda and ask if there is anything else the Polaris will need of you. I believe that there will be one more thing, she answers reluctantly, the wonder in her eyes being replaced by shame. We have placed ourselves in an untenable position, and only you can extricate us from it. Lord. Who's messaging me? Nothing important. Okay. There will be one more thing. We have placed ourselves in an untenable position, and only you can extricate us from it. But it was not my doing, she tells you quietly, and I will leave the telling of it to those who are responsible. With a single nod, you turn back to your internal struggle against the call of the universe. You know that soon enough, all of this will be over. Oof. Yikes. Wait, where are we going? What? What's the mission? Yeah. Kalari. Oh, it's hiding behind the wall. Alright, but before that, do we have firewall cloaked weapons? No, of course not. Okay, that's fine. Let's go. You sense the presence of the entire Polaris ruling council, plus the cast leaders awaiting your arrival. Without digging too deep, you can feel the irritation of the cast leaders and the anxiety of the council members. Stepping out of the hatch, you are almost horrified to see everyone bowing. Without thought, you weave them all upright, telling them that you are still just a man. It took us 6 centuries, intones Bisandrea formally, but with your help we have finally been able to pay our debt to the Velos. We have another problem, she continues, and you can sense her nervousness. You may not be aware that we have recently entered into secret alliances with both the Federation and the Auroran Empire. The reasoning was that we could use our new position as allies to bring to bear some leverage on both parties in order to bring them closer together. Unfortunately, things did not go quite as planned. As part of our agreements with them, Bisandrea explains in a small voice, we shared some of our technology with both of them. We had hoped that it would be used to raise the standard of living in both realms, but it is going to be put to use on the battlefield first. We protested, she sighs sadly, but they would not listen. Both of them proclaimed that they could not trust the other, and the weapons would only be used in defense of their own nation, but soon their technology will begin to outstrip their tactical ability, and it will be possible for one side to breach the defenses of the other easily and cause enormous amounts of damage. We are within a few months of what could be the most terrible war in the history of mankind. You shake your head at the naivete of the Polaris before announcing that you will go to the bar for a quiet drink. You tell them in 1 hour you will tell them what you will do. All right. Let's just check. Nope, it's still not here. I know it's a thing you can get, but all right. Exactly on the hour, all the leaders of the Polaris Society file in with expectant expressions on their faces. You smile inwardly, knowing that they aren't going to like your solution. The hour is up, Orihara, Bisandrea reminds you politely. You're here to listen to your plan. You smile an empty, sad smile, knowing you are going to manipulate them into destroying their own beautiful civilization. Join me on the negative infinity, you say quietly. There is something I want to remind you of, and it is best that you see it yourselves. With that, you get back up and lead back to your ship before heading out into the space on your way to Arza-Yusa in the Za-Yusa system to remind them of the sacrifice of one of their historical heroes, Yusia. With luck, they will understand the significance of what you are trying to say. I think we're almost done. You know, doing this the way that I have is definitely more in line with what I think is intended as the playthrough. When your passengers recognize the planet you are landing on, a few look puzzled, others look sad, but only three, Yuso, Miranda, and Bisandrea, look grim. As soon as you touch down, you usher everyone off the ship. You truly are a warrior for our people, says Treyanari, one of the leaders of the Trepira, after a long silence. Only one as great as yourself would even contemplate sacrificing yourself for all of humanity. You smile a sad smile and shake your head. It is not Orihara's place to sacrifice himself to get us out of our problems, lectures Yuso quietly. It is not he that will be sacrificed to humanity. That honor is saved for ourselves. Soon the Polaris will be no more, agrees Bisandrea sadly. We must destroy ourselves for the good of humanity. Thank you, Orihara, she says, turning to you. You have shown us the way. We remain in your debt. You shake your head before indicating that everyone should return to your ship for the trip back to Kel-R-E. Disagreement with the Verash over who should have the rights to a particular system. After decades of wrangling, the Trepira came in to adjudicate, but unfortunately both sides disliked the settlement and rejected it. In response, the heads of the Verash and the Pet were assassinated by a member of the Trepira, and suddenly there was civil war. Yusia, the head of the Nil Kimoria, after agonizing for 3 days, led a warrior caste in a decisive campaign that incapacitated the warring castes and so ended the first and only Polaris civil war. In doing so, he broke his own spirit. After restoring order, Yusia came to this planet to die. Out of respect for the only man who has ever stopped the Polaris from destroying themselves, the Nil Kimoria give their leaders the title Yusyo, which means disciple of Yusia, as they view this man with reverence above all others. All right. Back we go. We've made our point. If you've got anything terribly important to say to the Polaris, I recommend you say it now. Upon landing, it saddens you to see the once proud Polaris leaders file off, looking like broken men and women. But they now know as well as you that the days of their civilization are numbered. Soon their entire culture will have passed away under the weight of upcoming events. I will have a battle plan for you soon, states Iuso, the only one with his still holding his head high. Bisandrea nods sadly, and Iuso bows before turning on his heel and heading towards his own ship. We will require a little time, Orihara, says Miranda quietly, seeing the distress on the face of Bisandrea. But when we are ready, we will find you. We will need your abilities to get us through this. You nod, wishing that there was something you could say to soften the blow, to the very fabric of their lives. Instead, you smile a sad, empty smile and head back to your ship to feel again the thrills of being human, for you know that your own time also grows short. Give in to the call of the universe and once again sink into the now comfortable union. Miranda watches with awe as you sweep up her mind on one of your weaves and carry it out to where you are focusing your mind. You know it is time to lead the Polaris into the war in which they will cease to exist as a nation. You must decide which force they will lead, the one which will launch against the Federation, or the one which will try to smash through the Aurorans. The Federation, of course. As you center yourself in the universe, almost absent-mindedly, you set a course for Port Kane and the Kania system to begin the destruction of the Federation war machine. Okay, we're gonna go fuck up the feds. Still ain't got my special toy for me. Oh well, that's all right. Let's go fuck up the feds. By which I mean we're gonna go there, we're gonna watch, and carefully defend ourselves. All right, we're gonna land on outbound just in case something goes wrong. I know we're almost done now. All right, let's land on Vrenna just in case. Okay, game is saved. Let's head for Kania. Go fuck some shit up. Oh, damn. Oh, damn, I got escorts. I got escorts for days. Boy. Okay, R. All right, where are they at? What's the mission? Port Kane. I guess I land. Huh. Okay, nope. As soon as you land on the station, the Neil Camoria start laying waste to the infrastructure for the military in the sector. Within minutes, they are finished, and you have them announce on the Federation HoloNet that you will be next coming to Earth, so that they have time to send their entire navy to meet you. In one fell swoop, you will destroy their ability to make war. We're gonna fuck your shit up. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fuck your shit up, boys. Anyway. Time to go to the Sol system. Minor offender. Head to Earth in the Sol system to finish the destruction of the Federation military. Let's go, boys. Off we go. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. There's a lot of fucking ships there. All right. All right. Let's do 9 o'clock news. Oh, Christ. Okay. The Sol system. Big fight. Pardon me, boys. Let's go. See ya. All right, immediately. Oh. I guess I can't board it. Dang. Well, anyway. I guess we disabled their ships. That was nice of us. As soon as you land, the warriors start almost delicately destroying the infrastructure used by the Federation Navy. Within hours, while the Kane Band has retained its ability to build basic ships, all the components used to build weapons and military-grade outfits have been destroyed. You realize that your almost cataclysmic campaign against the Federation is now over. For the first time since you began this war, you concentrate your perceptions towards the Auroran operation, to find it faltering at the last hurdle. You quickly pass on to the remainder of your fleet, your intention to meet up with the Auroran half of the Polaris operation in the Aurora system and help them destroy the ships there. Those warriors that remain capable of joining you do so in the final act they will take as members of the Polaran government. Let's go. Let's go fuck shit up. That's what we're here to do. Before we become the galaxy brain. Yeah, that's not a jump. I wish it was. Man. I have to move this fucking weird J move, whatever. Alright. You trying to start shit? Oh no, you're just fighting pirates. Okay. 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 Alright, let's fire. Sir? Sir? Let's see, what else? One for you. One for you. One for you. One for you. What's our actual mission? Head to Aurora. Oh, hi. I guess we won, huh? Huh, boys. I guess we kicked ass. As your mind deepens into its union with the universe, you struggle to maintain your defense of the Polaris ships. More than once, only Miranda's mental cries are all that keep you from forever losing your sense of self. However, once you finally reach Aurora, they receive the same treatment the Federation got, leaving behind almost no central infrastructure. You know that you only have one last stop left. Satisfied, you power up your ship after painfully withdrawing one last time from the Union. You want to visit the memorial to the man who inspired all this. Once more, you go to the Arza Iusa, this time to leave behind your humanity. Here we go, boys. Okay. It appears to be over. Fucking whatever. Alright, there we go. Got him. Rear. Fallen. Ferris. Nearly Crow. Panapna. Tregorash. Da, 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 da. Let's go. I believe this is going to be it. Okay. Good night, everybody. After landing, you take a few moments to enjoy your last minutes of mortality before you begin to slip into the seductive embrace of the universe, and you turn your attention to the unfolding events of the galaxy. You watch as the remnants of the Nil Camoria limp back to Kellar E, and watch as both their Federation and Auroran prisoners are released. You watch the sad drama unfold as Bis Andrea surrenders her nation to both of them jointly. You almost chuckle when you realize that only Tekarak understands this gesture. They have destroyed our ability to make war, he explains to others. To make peace and to bring us together, they have surrendered to both governments. We will now have to work side by side to manage the dismantling of their government, as they will not accept the ruling of one government alone. With a sigh, you smile sadly and let yourself go. As your consciousness dissipates and you lose yourself in the enormous depths of the universe, in one final act you weave into existence a memorial to your acts as Orihara, to remind future generations that you will one day return as you are once again needed. With Orihara gone, the Polaris were quickly and kindly assimilated into the cultures of the Auroran Empire and the Federation. Their act was never forgotten, and slightly less than 2 centuries later, humanity was once again united, and the first period of disunity, which had started with the Polaris exploratory expedition and the Velos War, was finally brought to a close. Only the second period of disunity, which, due to the 2-century-long Shard War, resulted in many more deaths, despite being much shorter, marred humanity's development from ape to god. Oddly enough to all concerned, both periods were brought to a close through the actions of an individual named Orihara. In both cases, the person in question seemed to arrive out of nowhere, and once the job was done, they both disappeared again. More than a few people believed that they were both manifestations of the spirit of the universe, but such talk was scoffed at by most people. Scoffed at, that is, until the day, 50,000 years later, when finally humanity joined their Velos cousins beyond the veil and learned the truth. In a final act of thanks, they left the word Orihara attached to every construction they had ever made. When, after millions of years, other youthful races finally developed interstellar technologies and stumbled onto the moldering remains of the ancient human civilization on 1,000 worlds, they could not help but wonder at the single word telepathically embedded in every stone. And so the legend of Orihara lived on. Mysterious force transports you to an unknown location. 7. Our spiel. After more than 40 months, some 1,000 odd pages of notes and background information, 12 short stories, some 1,000 odd images, about 75,000 man hours, and more than 10,000 email messages that take up more than 24 megabytes of hard drive space, more than 10 gigabits of development files, over 30 meetings, and more than one strained friendship, some of which have remained a little cool. Here is Nova. We hope you enjoy it. Oh, and congratulations on completing one of the major storylines. That's one of 6. Try again and see what else you can find. Good luck, and thanks for playing. It's a motherfucking Kestrel. And they want $50 million for it. Oh, man. Kestrels are so sexy. Ah, they're so sexy. Yeah, our spiel. And that's it. We did it. What a weird planet. Well, that was that. How do we get back? Can we get back? I guess we can't. Well, I guess I'm just here now. Oh, it's a wormhole. Sweet. Oh, I guess they're all gone. And we're back. Swag, boys. Swag. A fresh, untouched universe. Ripe for destruction. All right. You know what? I feel like landing on Earth. But yes, that's the Polaris storyline, guys. That was fun. We did it. We did it. We finished. I kind of want to just completely wreck shop and, I don't know, dominate some planets, but I'm not going to because I'm sick and tired and I need to lay down and take a nap. But thanks for taking this journey with me. The next couple of streams, if I do them, are probably going to be planning out the steps to speedrun the Polaris, figuring out the routes, figuring out like, oh, what can we do? And maybe some actual attempts at some splits. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Maybe at some point I'll edit all of it together and yeah, see what happens.